Today, the Secretary of Agriculture in the Trump administration, Sonny Perdue, sent a sort of bizarre letter to JBS and to the other major American meat processor companies in this country. And his letter to them basically told them that they need to open up all of their plants right now or else. It actually says at one point in the letter, quote, "I exhort you to do this, semicolon. Further action under the President's executive order and the Defense Production Act is under consideration and will be taken if necessary. I exhort you to reopen these plants. You must, or else I am threatening you." That's what the Trump administration is doing at these plants where thousands of blue-collar workers are being infected. The Trump administration is exhorting them, threatening them, get back open, while they are not making it mandatory for those plants to follow rules on how to safely operate in the midst of the epidemic. They certainly could. They've decided not to make those things mandatory. And what we're seeing is that the companies don't even uniformly plan to test everyone so they know who's positive before they reopen the plants. I mean, some plants are doing that. Some plants are testing everybody, but not all of them are, and nobody's making them. The federal government is just ordering them reopen. And we are seeing, even in plants with hundreds of known positives, even in plants with multiple known deaths among the people who work there, even in plants where they've got multiple workers in the hospital and like 10 on ventilators fighting for their lives right now, some of these companies are very happy to reopen without testing people before they walk in the door. Oh, we'll screen them for fever. If they're asymptomatic and spreading it, can you really hold us to account for that? We've got liability protection thanks to the president's executive order, so we know you can't sue us. And there's the Trump administration. I exhort you to reopen or else, because that's how we're handling this. This is dystopic.